Hi, my name is Beth Halley here for Board Game Geek at Origins 2017. I'm sitting down with Ryan Lochte from Red Raven Games and a very eagerly awaited title, Near and Far.
Yeah, this has been very exciting. We're finally getting it out there.
I'm not sure if you were noticing when you were setting up over there that I kept leaning over like this because I've seen the cover art. I've been following a lot of the chatter on BGG, but I hadn't yet looked at any of the art and components, and I adore the art styling of Above and Below. So I was really glad that you guys were able to. Let's make sure we give kudos to the artist, which you have to remind me on the name though.
It's actually me.
It's actually you. That's fantastic.
Thank you.
Ryan, I love your art styling.
Thank you. Yeah.
All right, what are we trying to accomplish here in Near and Far?
Near and Far. So Near and Far is a follow-up to Above and Below. And if people have played that, they know that you build up a village and you read out of a storybook. Well, in this one, this takes place right after that, and you're going on a journey. Okay, it's like you build up your village and you've gotten restless, and now it's time to go searching for a lost city. Now, the lost city is said to hold the greatest desire of your heart. But now to get to the lost city, you'll have to travel through a number of maps. So one cool thing about the game is this game has an atlas, and every time you play, you'll play on a new map. So the first time you'll play, well, not this map, but the next time you play, you'll turn the page. So each game session is its own new land and new place that you get to explore. So that's really exciting. I was just talking to Aldi just a minute ago, and he was asking where I got the idea from. And it's weird. So the storybook from Above and Below was kind of sitting open one day.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, what if there was like a map on here? You know, and what if this was the board, right? Because I wouldn't have thought about it had we not had like a spiral-bound book in our other game. So, yeah, that's where that came from. Actually, this was going to be in a train game. We were going to do a train game that had like, sort of the shtick was like it had a bunch of maps that you could play every time, but actually turned into this game. So,
given the storytelling aspect to Above and Below, it just makes sense that one game marries and adjoins to the end of the last one, and I don't know. I feel like I think that would have worked for trains, but I'm so glad that this is where it ended up.
Yeah, I mean there are lots of train games out there.
Right? Yeah, exactly. There's not too many.
Plenty of train games.
Yes. So, why don't you give us? Let's assume people are not super familiar with Above and Below. So let's just do a quick walkthrough of sort of what a turn is going to feel like and how it incorporates some of that storytelling element that we get from the storybook up there.
Okay, so you have a character, and on your turn you can either visit town. There's this town, and there's all these different buildings. You can take different actions, or you can go out and start adventuring. Now, when you adventure, if you reach a book, you'll take that little book token and you'll read the number. And like this one's 91.
91.
Okay. So we're like, wow, I just ran into something. Let's find out what it is. So yes, it's 91. Actually, I can't remember what's there. So
that seems good. I love it when we get the designer and they're like, yeah, I don't remember what happened.
Yeah.
At the crest of the hill sits a large chunk of rock, hovering in the air by an unseen power. A small rope ladder hangs from the rock, and near the top you spy a clay house with a red tiled roof and brick chimney. This is very
interesting.
Right. When you climb up and knock, a hogfolk cook answers, "Oh, you've come to pick up the cake order, haven't you? But it's ruined. The oven got too hot." Now I'm going to pause there because now we're going to assume again that people maybe are not familiar with Above and Below.
Yeah. So now you get the choice. So I'll get two choices. You'll read me two different choices.
I have two different choices that are both in separate boxes for me that I can either help the cook to make this cake again, or you can assure the cook that everything's fine and you just take the cake as it is.
Okay, yeah. Now you have to roll for each one. There's a different skill number.
Exactly. Now am I going to share to you what those skill numbers are?
You will, yeah. You'll tell me.
All right.
So I'll be able to sort of like say, I'll kind of push my luck. How far can I go?
So 7 to help make a new one.
I'll make a new one.
And 6 just to tell him it's okay and the cake he made is fine.
Okay. Right. Okay, so I'm gonna I'm gonna help make a new one.
All
Yeah, I
right.
think I can do it.
Let's do this.
So I roll the die. Okay, not bad. 4. And I get to add a few things. So I'll add skill in my party. So
So
there's
I'm
a
just
little.
going to move our little
this is my
party
little-
members
Yeah,
up
this is
here.
my little animal companion. Yeah, little dog. This guy's actually from another game that we did, Dingo's Dreams by Elf Siegel. So, anyway, so I add the hand, so I'm at 5. And then I also have what's called hearts. And this is my heart track. And I can spend hearts to increase the value. So, yeah, let's say I'm at 5, so I spend 2. So I made it.
You
I
made it. The cook is in a panic as you take over his kitchen. You throw eggs, flour, bowls, and spoons every which way in your revelry. Even the cook is impressed with your final product. You admit to not being in the cake delivery service, but the cook packs up a few cakes and paper as a gift for your trouble. And then I have a list of things that Ryan has now just
Yes, I
earned
get
as
some
rewards.
All right.
So that part, obviously very familiar. So now that we've sort of done a little quick demonstration of what it's
How
like,
that works.
right, how that works, why don't you now highlight some of the things that are unique to this game that we wouldn't see from Above and Below?
Okay, so one of the cool things is in the book, there are now connected stories. So you might run into a story where you'll start, and then depending on your choice, you'll get a little number, and it's called a side quest. And everyone has this little character card, and they will write the side quest down here. And then the next time they have a story, instead of reading the story for that place, they'll continue something related to what they already started. So, like, if there had been a side quest for what we just read, maybe it's the side quest is I deliver the cake to someone and we see what happens. So there are these connected storylines. One other cool thing is you can play in the campaign mode where you read stories from the board, or you can do character mode. Now there are a whole bunch of characters in the game. This is Vera, this is Am, Tanyan, and this is Greer, robot guy, and there are a whole bunch of other ones too. And they each have their own storyline. So instead of reading these, you will read from their specific story, and it's all connected, and it's sort of a tree. So depending on the choices you make early on, you'll end up with a different ending. And those are kind of near the back of the book. But that's one of the main things that sets the story aspect apart. So,
Now, I was going to say the other definitely unusual feature is the fact that we have this town with a few unique places that you can visit, because we don't have the buildings that you could build as we did in Above and Below.
So you're not building buildings. Instead, you're buying these artifact cards. So these artifact cards, they cost different goods, but they give different abilities.
So, for example, I had them right side up. We have some hair rope, a horn bow, a sword.
Yeah. And as you were saying, you can visit town. So you'll be out traveling, moving around like this, but then you go back to town and you'll say, hey, I'm going to go here and get a pack bird. A pack bird helps you move, right? It's like a giant kiwi.
I was just going to say, it's like the world's poofiest kiwi.
Yeah. Or you can go to you go to the farm and get some food, or you can go to the mine and dig for, get some jewels.
Which are part of the commodity that we need to buy said cards.
Yeah. Now, if somebody's at a building and you want to go there, then you have a duel. It's sort of a Western-inspired thing. So you'll both roll a die and see who can stay there. Now, when you fight someone, you get to decide if you're going to fight honorably or dirty. And if you fight honorably, your reputation will increase if you win. But if you fight dirty, it will lower your reputation. So.
Well, I think that's going to give people a really good taste of what they're going to expect with Near and Far.
Yeah.
Ryan, thank you so much for giving us a sneak peek. And is this available now?
It will be available in a few weeks, near the end of the month.
Okay, so stay tuned for Near and Far from Red Raven Games.
Thanks.